Okay, let's have a little conversation about Sam Laporta. Do you want to talk tight end? I want to talk tight end. I think I do, and I think that it's a good thing to do. And I'm going to give you a few things in this video about Sam Laporta, how he's passing every test, how he is going to be the day one starter at tight end. And I know what you might be thinking, like, is that a big deal? Yes. Tight end may honestly be the second hardest position on the offense to be a day one starter at. It's the second hardest position. It has been proven over and over and over again. But Sam Laporta is getting things done, which means that he might be a very, very special talent for the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to just kind of give you a smorgasbord of articles that are talking about Sam Laporta, but I'm also going to give you a couple of other standouts that we're seeing in training camp over the weekend. So anyways, let's talk for a second about Sam Laporta. All this started with an Athletic article where Colton Pouncey was saying there's something that's pretty simple. Sam Laporta is the starting tight end. It's that simple. Here's what he said. He said, Sam Laporta looks like tight end one. I don't know how else to say that. The rookie is always, do you hear that word? In my world, we call that 100% words. When you say always with the starters, it means he's repping solely with the number ones. So if there's any question on whether or not he is going to be playing in the first team, if he is going to be a starter on this team, don't have the question anymore. It's not a question. All right. He said the rookie is always with the starters. He's the most talented tight end on the roster. And I believe the Lions are comfortable with his ability to pick up the offense. He is passing every single test. He did go on to say that when the Lions go with two tight end sets, it typically features Laporta and Brock Wright. He has the trust of the staff, but keep an eye on James Mitchell as well. All right. If you go back even a little bit more behind that, this is not something that has been new. All right. You have right here, you have Pride of Detroit saying a bold bite, right? That Lions rookie tight end Sam Laporta could be Jared Goff's best yet. In other words, his best tight end. As far as production goes, the best tight end Jared Goff has ever had averaged 47 or 48 yards per game, and that was Higbee back with the Rams. Yes, Hockenson never amassed that much per game somehow. At least that's what this article is saying when he was there. All right. I get that. And he said in the article, stop me if you've heard this before, but the Detroit Lions might have drafted their next weapon at tight end in Sam Laporta. Yes, the former 3 first-round tight ends, Brandon Pettigrew, Eric Ebron, and TJ Hockenson were supposed to be that weapon, but Laporta is different. Well, I could go into the history of what has transpired with the former first-round picks and how Laporta separates himself from them. This is more about who is throwing the football to him. Okay, so that's interesting to me. This is about who is throwing the football to him. So basically what he's saying is that Jared Goff is more tight end friendly than some of the other quarterbacks that have been there, aka Matt Stafford was here for every single one of these guys. I'm not going to just say who is throwing the football to him. I'm going to say how they call the game. I think that with Amon-Ra St. Brown, that helps. I think you have Gibbs out the backfield, and I think oftentimes Laporta is going to be overlooked, especially when Jameson Williams comes back. When he comes back, he's going to be overlooked. But we need Laporta to be the guy for the first 6 games. Stop me if you've heard this before, but Jameson Williams is out for the first 6 games. This is a big deal. Right now, in that same article that that they put out in The Athletic, there's an offensive pecking order where the receiver picture has been mostly Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, and Khalif Raymond. That's the 3 receivers that are out on the field with the starters. All right, Marvin Jones Jr. returned, and he is still working his way back. That's a back injury. Who knows what that's going to be? You'd expect his usage to ramp up, but you're not going to have Jameson Williams. Now, the next 2 guys that are coming in and are having a nice scrimmage, who had a nice day at the scrimmage yesterday, were Denzel Mims and Dylan Drummond. So all of a sudden, that wide receiver depth that we were so excited about isn't looking like it's top end good. So you have St. Brown. I mean, it's still good. I don't want to just make blanket statements, but are you happy with Josh Reynolds as your number 2? Are you happy with Khalif Raymond as your number 3? Like, are you happy with any of these guys as your number 2 until Williams comes back? So I think in the first 6 games, you need Gibbs and you need Laporta to be good right away. They can't be rookies figuring their way out. It is important for Laporta to be good day 1, game 1 for the Lions in order for them to get off to a hot start with their offense this year. That's just the way it looks. That's the way it's going to go. He can't slow in. Same with Gibbs. He can't slowly work his way into the passing game. He's got to be ready to go day 1. And I think that's why you are seeing both these guys get so many reps with the first team, because this coaching staff knows they have to be ready right now. They have to be ready right now. All right, what about other standouts in practice? What are we looking at? Hutchinson has just been a beast. He's been a problem. It doesn't matter if he's working against the first team, against the second team. He has just been killing it. He had a few sacks in the scrimmage. Just far more disruptive at this point. And then another guy that actually started the day with the number 1s, which I found very interesting, was Pascal. So Pascal is sitting there. He's starting to play more with the top unit on multiple occasions. He correctly set the edge. He made plays in the run game. He's been lining up inside at the defensive tackle, and he's doing things that are very similar what to Kaminsky did last year. So the question is Pascal going to play this role? We all love Kaminsky, but does Pascal have just a little more juice? Does he have a little more strength? Does he have a little more athleticism maybe than Kaminsky does? Yeah, a little bit. His pedigree and his background and his athletic profile would tell you that he can, if he gets all the intangibles right, if he gets the mental side of it right, if he learns well, he can actually be a better version. Yes. He absolutely can than Kaminsky. Here's the other thing that's so nice. Romeo Okwara had a strong day. He had 2 sacks, but it was with the second team unit. The fact that he's in the back and he's in the second team unit is huge. It's massive, everybody. And I think I want to be clear on this. The defensive pecking order came in with Hutchinson, Charles Harris, Josh Pascal, and Aleem McNeil as your starters. Jack Campbell has been with the starting unit solely for 5 days now. They're giving him every opportunity. He's starting next to Alex Anzalone. Then you have Cam Sutton and Jerry Jacobs on the outside. And here is the kicker. Brian Branch has been playing in the nickel with this starting unit. Brian Branch has been your guy. And then Kirby Joseph and C.J. Gardner-Johnson have been at safety. So they're moving C.J. Gardner-Johnson into the safety role because they like Branch more at the nickel. And Gardner-Johnson showed that he can play that safety role so well with the Eagles. This is where I wanted him to be. Go back and find videos on it. Like, this is where I've wanted C.J. Gardner-Johnson to be. The question was, who's going to play nickel for us? And now Brian Branch has stepped up, and maybe there's a role for him to be a starter on this team. So there's your standouts, and it's just nuts that these rookies are doing this well already. It's just more kudos to Brad Holmes. So hope you like the video. I'm going to be talking more. We got a lot of stuff going on. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about the offense, a little bit more about the defense in another video, but I just wanted to give you a few names. Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Josh Pascal, and Sam Laporta are all guys that are playing well and showed out a little bit during the scrimmage. We're going to find out a ton this week when we have joint practices with the Giants. All right. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Love reading them, and we'll see you on the next one.